we're going to get back to speaking about helping you right now if you are starting your weight loss journey over. And I think this is the perfect time because you'll be able to go into the new year already having those habits and different things already aligned. So I think this is the perfect time to start your weight loss journey over if you are doing that. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to come back into the room. Let me make sure this is turned up that y'all can hear me. But yeah, my phone just had went dead and then took time out of my live because I already wasn't gonna be on here for too long today about what I'm doing now to, I wouldn't say completely starting over because I really haven't gained any weight, but how I'm starting to feel and just like the bloating and different things like that. I know that's coming from me getting to relax and me knowing that this, like, I'm in the middle now of my weight loss journey. I've passed the beginning stages and I've lost 45 pounds naturally, but now I'm in the middle stages of it. And when you are a person who has insulin resistance and PCOS, it's very tough because the slightest thing that you do, like, your body will start reverting back to storing fat and just feeling horrible. And so it's definitely just can get discouraging. But like I said, I'm not out of the clear yet because I'm still reversing my insulin resistance. Now, I did 100% reverse my pre-diabetes, but now I'm trying to reverse my insulin resistance and my PCOS. Like, I'm trying to get them both dormant. I'm trying to put them in remission. So however, whatever term you feel like is more suitable for you to be able to understand, like reversal, remission, make them go dormant, all of these different things is what I'm trying to do. So yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to start over with the whole thing that I did in the beginning. So if you guys are watching this replay on YouTube, just know it had cut off, and like that's why it seemed like it jumped around a little bit. But I'm just gonna kind of start where I left off. And so one thing that I know for a fact that I had to do with my weight loss journey, and just like I said, now also the number one thing, it's a lot of number one things, but this is a huge one, is I had to really understand delayed gratification. And the number two thing that's right out, like, with that, is I had to understand what momentum really meant. And so I had to wrap my mind around that. Yes, I could start something today, but I'm not going to maybe see the results to a month later of me doing everything consistently and what I need to do. Because that's that momentum, right? So I can't stop that momentum once it's going because my body is catching on, and that's how your body gets into fat burning mode without you even trying, because you're constantly doing things, you're constantly eating the way that you've ate, and you're constantly building on that. You're not really backsliding, and if you do backslide, it's not for a long extended time frame. What I'm realizing is anything that's probably like getting close to the 2 week mark of me not doing the things that I know that I should be doing, or eating the way that I know I should be eating, my body will start to revert back. Now this time around, I'm not gaining my weight back. So like before, if I was keto and I didn't do what and I started eating carbs or whatever for 2 weeks, I would gain the whole 25 pounds back in 2 weeks. But like this time, I'm not really gaining the weight, but my energy level. Like somebody said, hey, the way you eat now, or like the way that you eat now and reversing your pre-diabetes, that it also help you with your sleepiness, like you feeling tired. Yes, 100%. And so when I start to feel tired or drained, or I just don't have enough energy to take me throughout the day, first I have to understand, okay, is it if I'm about to be coming, you know, on my lady time, because all of that, like my symptoms, like PCOS definitely affects that time for me. But I know when I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, even on my lady time, the symptoms and like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And so when they're coming on strong again, and when my symptoms are very strong again, that's how I know that I'm getting off track. So I've spoken with a lot of you ladies on Zoom calls. So if you guys don't know, I have a free they're called free insulin insight calls. And so what this does is we talk and we learn like what is blocking you, whether that is the lack of time, not putting yourself as a priority, or just suffering from procrastination. Well, we really work through, and I ask you questions to get to the root of different things. Within these calls, I just started to do this, but I've always asked somebody like how, you know, like what can I help them with? What are they dealing with that they want like customized advice on? And I've always done that, but now I've actually started implementing something called the 1% shift. And so, like I spoke with the lovely lady, and she was telling me how she ate, what her exercise or movement routine looked like. And I gave her a plan that she could implement like that day for just a 1% shift. And so that leads me into the topic today when it comes to starting over, or just getting back into the swing of things. You know, the holiday time is coming. That's a big emotional time for people because they have maybe had lost a loved one, or they're just anxious about showing up at, you know, the family gathering, and they still haven't lost the weight. You know, I've heard where a lot of different cultures, like, they talk about like they're not tactful when it comes to a person being of a heavier size. And so it's like, oh my God, here comes all the jokes. Here come the girl, you didn't got big. Like, when you gonna lose that weight? Like, here comes this again. This has happened every single year. And so a lot of different things happen to people around the holidays, whether it's people have no one. And so now they feel the state of loneliness, just the state of isolation and all of that. You know, we have the Thanksgiving coming up, we have the Christmas. It's people around who don't have anybody but themselves, and so they're not expecting any kind of gifts. And then right around the corner, y'all already know we're gonna have Valentine's Day. And so if someone's not in a relationship or whatever, like, they may be looking at themselves and saying, okay, it's because I'm this weight. Like, I need to really start this process of losing weight so I can just feel confident and comfortable with being around people. And I can find my man if that's what you want to do. With that being said, I feel like that when we dive into starting it, or we're restarting it, or it's been just where we can feel ourselves backsliding off of our health journey of if we're doing something right now, and it's like, how do I get this momentum back going? How do I get back into the swing of things? One reason I love these calls is because, like, you ladies are so like aligned. You have no clue. I really can't wait until, like, we just have some type of gathering where we just all can meet, because, like, the community is amazing. But a lot of people say, I know exactly what I should be doing, but I don't have the motivation to do it. Like, I've literally, I bought walking pads, I bought protein shakes, I have fiber, I have this. I actually went in, you know, rearranged my refrigerator and all of this, but I don't have the momentum, or I don't have the desire. Like, so I don't have the desire to do it. And so on the calls, that we dig down deep into, like, why, you know, and that can be coming from any different thing. And so when for instance, for me, I'll use myself as an example. I would say just by me being very busy, I'm building a new business, I'm helping you ladies, like I'm having the calls are free. I'm also a single mother of 4. Then I have my health journey, and it's not then I have, but my health journey is a priority. And so my priority list now is getting longer because you ladies are a priority to me. Coming on here and speaking with you and answering questions, going through my comments, and responding back, that's a priority. That's not something if I get around to it. And so just like my children are a priority, like you ladies are a priority, because I know how it feels to be kind of left behind and to be at a state of frustration, feeling overwhelmed, and also like not knowing what to do, and going to doctor's visits and them not really giving you a blueprint, and it's kind of like you're on your own. And so just that feeling that I've felt, and I know many of you ladies have felt, I don't want to be a person who gives you that kind of feeling too. Like, this is just, how I feel. And so with that, like, I make you guys a priority. When all of this is going on, all of these now priorities that I have, it's easier for me to grab something quick out of the refrigerator, or grab something more comforting, or that's going to hit that dopamine and it's going to make me feel like energized, instead of getting something that may be not as tasty as something that I want. Now, it could be tasty. Like, just for lunch, I had some air fried chicken and a salad, so it was still good, but it may not have been good than some leftover spaghetti that I have in that refrigerator, with the garlic bread that I have in the refrigerator that my kids ate for dinner last night. So yes, it's still good and it's still fulfilling, but is it that thing? Because we are combating also, just we know that the food tastes good, so we are combating that. And so yesterday, this is how fresh this is. Y'all getting it off the press. Yesterday, because I've been in a state, like I said, of I'm doing what I know I need to be doing, but then I'm also doing things that I shouldn't be doing. So I'm eating the things that I know I should be eating, but then I'm overindulging also in things that I know that I shouldn't be eating. And so, like, I always tell you guys, you need to make your lifestyle change fit your lifestyle. But I know for a fact, like, okay, I can eat 1 pack of Swiss rolls. That's not going to make a difference. But if I'm eating that pack of Swiss rolls every single day, or now I'm eating 2 packs of Swiss rolls every single day, now that's called overindulging. And I'm making the Swiss rolls or that sugar now be my 80%. You guys know that I always talk about the 80-20. That's making those Swiss rolls now go into my 80% of the time. Like I always say, it's not what you do all the time, it's what you do most of the time. And most of the time is 80%. So now most of the time I'm adding something high sugar. Guess what? That's affecting my energy. And so I had to give myself a pep talk, because I know now what I should be doing. I know now what 100% will give me results. I know now what 100% is satisfying. And I have you guys counting on me. And I see the progress that a lot of ladies have made in my community. Like, you guys have made so much progress, and just, with the weight loss, with the health, with the changing the eating routine. And so I have a great responsibility to you. And so I gave myself a pep talk, and I'm doing it. So the first step in starting over is just to do it. I don't know if you're like me, but I can talk myself into things and I can talk myself out of things. I'm a very rational, logical person. So I can almost rationalize anything, even things that are bad for me. I can rationalize it to where it will be like, I think it's not so bad for me. And so that can be a blessing and a curse sometimes. And it can definitely make me be into a state longer than what I should be in. And so just like that 80%. And so the first step, like I said, is just doing it. Just doing it. Like discipline, I used to have discipline wrong. I thought discipline was a person that did something like consistently, and that this was their routine, this was their habit. So I equated discipline to habits. I'm learning that that's not what discipline is. Now you guys might know what discipline is, but in my head, even though I knew like the definition of it, when I think of somebody who's disciplined, I think of somebody who has created this routine that gives them the results they want, and like and you say, oh, they're just such a disciplined person. But what I'm actually realizing is those people may not want to even do what they're doing. Discipline is actually doing the things that you know is going to get you the result that you want, even if you don't feel like doing it. So y'all give me some hearts if that resonated with y'all. Give me some likes, some thumbs up if you're watching the replay of this on YouTube, if that resonated for you. I didn't know that. And so I had to really start locking in and saying, you know that telling yourself no is a staple in this journey. Like, you know that you're going to have to tell yourself no. This is me talking to myself. I know that I'm going to have to tell myself no so that I can be able to tell myself yes to things. And I could tell myself yes to this belt that I got from Forever 21. At first, I wasn't able to fit anything in there. I used to like try stuff on. It used to look like it was bigger, and it would say the sizes that would fit. But when I went to try it on, I couldn't get it on me at all. And so you're saying no to this different thing to say yes to something. And so number one is discipline, but not discipline in creating habits. Discipline is doing something that you don't want to do because you know that eventually it'll give you the results you want. It's really, I've been really tapping into like learning about universal laws, not in the woo-woo like kind of way, because I'm not into that. I'm a Christian, so not into that kind of way, but just knowing like even things that God don't have his hands in, if you do what you need to do, like the momentum will make you have the results regardless. So that's kind of like what I'm trusting in, having the discipline to do the things that I don't want to do. Number two is, we had just mentioned it prior, is telling myself no so I can tell myself yes. And so number two is write down all the things that you want to be able to say yes to. You want to be able to say yes when somebody say, girl, did you lose weight? You looking good. Yes, I did. You want to go eat at this place or whatever? Yeah, I want to go eat there. It's your 20%. So now you know you can have a good time. Oh, you want to go to this shopping center and buy these clothes? And instead of you saying no because you know they're not going to have your size, you like, oh yeah, I want to go. When we going to go? So think of all the things that you have said no to. You want to go on that vacation. You want to get on a plane, but you scared because like your weight, you know, you think that you're going to probably have to buy 2 seats just to be able to be comfortable. All of these different things. And so you say no to different vacations. You say no to different road trips because of your size. You want to be able to say yes to that. You want to be able to go on the road trips, the vacations, all of that. And so it really, to starting over or jumping back into it, it's really having that list. Either you have it physically and you have to write it down, or you put it in your notes, or you have it mentally of just the stuff that you have constantly had to say no to when you're trying to step into a different stage in your life. And so it's like, have that list of everything that you want to say yes to. I don't have no notes. I'm just speaking from really the real of how to start over and how you start. Like this is from experience. So I don't have any notes here, so I may be all over the place, forgive me. But this is kind of how it's just more comfortable to me right now. Like this message, because it's just so like I'm right in the thick of it, I don't want to have to even write it down or look at notes. And most of my videos now have been just me talking and not using like notes or anything like that, just speaking on like what gives real results. And so number one, we have discipline, doing the things that you don't want to do. I have never talked to a person who is this body type or whatever that I want, or even a person who has this financial status that I want. But I think that I want to talk to these people and ask them, is the things they do on a day-to-day basis things they enjoy to do? Or do they do it because they know that it's going to keep them having the results that they want to have? I would like to ask that question, and I would like to get like a poll from people. So I might end up doing that. I might end up next year or something, like creating like a survey of people who are the 1% kind of people that you look at, the people who are the financially stable, success, body type, all of this, like the people who we say have, you know, the American dream. And I just want to ask them, like, is what they're doing something they want to do, or is they know that it's going to give them results? Number two is making a list so you know of your yeses, so you know why you're telling yourself no to it. Number three, I'm thinking of it as I'm going. Number three, I want to touch on it again because I feel like it's so important. I used to like fight the air because of this. So I'm going to bring it back around and say number three is delayed gratification. Like really understanding what delayed gratification is, really understanding that universal law that I had just spoke on. So you have to really start to believe that there is no possible way that you could be doing the things that your body loves, taking a walk, reducing your sugar, reducing your alcohol intake, upping your protein, taking fiber, just having like whatever you consider junk food 20% of the time, but 80% of the time you're eating well balanced. There's no possible way that you can be doing this at a steady pace and not get the results you want. So really understanding, yeah, it's delayed because you won't have it tomorrow, but you 100% will have it, because there's no possible way that you could be giving the body what it loves and the body doesn't reward you. Weight loss is a result. Like weight loss is a result from you doing what your body loves. That's why a lot of the fat diets don't work, especially if you are a person who suffers from insulin resistance, PCOS, pre-diabetes, or type 2 diabetes. Because things of cutting a whole food group out, your body does not love that. Things doing extended fasting where you're fasting for 72 hours, you're doing this 72-hour water fast and all of this kind of stuff, your body doesn't love that because you have insulin resistance or something that comes from that, and so now your blood sugar is dropping low. So doing the things that is going to keep your blood sugar stable and that your blood sugar love, there's no possible way, just with the universal law, that you won't get the results that you want. There's no possible way. So final and last thing that I want to touch on, because like I told you, I won't be on here long and I have to go. The last thing is really focusing on the 1% shift. So this is something that, like I said, I'm going to be talking about more. So even when I just fell back into eating sweets every day, like even though I'm eating healthy and I'm taking, healthy for my blood sugar, and I'm taking my walks and I'm still doing all of that, I'm still eating the other stuff too that I know that my body does not love. When I say my body doesn't love, I mean my glucose levels and my insulin resistance doesn't love. And so, sorry you guys, I lost my train of thought. And so even with me now losing 45 pounds naturally, no surgery, no injections, no pills, I know how far my body can go and what my threshold is. And so now I could just jump right into that. I could jump out with, for example, doing a 60-minute cardio session, doing my strength training, because now my body fat percentage is at a level where strength training is beneficial to me and is not hurting my body or messing up my hormones more. I can just cut like all the sugar back out of my life, cut all the fruit back out of my life, like all of these different things. I can go, if you guys have my Tame the Beast challenge, it'll be coming back out November 15th. It's 100% free. It's a 4-week challenge. I can go right to week 4 of my Tame the Beast challenge. I also, in the link in my bio or in my description box, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's a wait list if you want to sign up for it. And then therefore to be automatically sent to you. But depending on when this replay will be put up, it might already be live if this is put up after November 15th. And so you can just go ahead and click the description box and it'll get sent to your email. So it's free. It's an e-guide and it goes week by week on how to, I call it taming the beast and the sugar addiction. And so I can go right to week 4 of that plan. But I have to know, because this is what I'm teaching, so I'm also practicing what I teach, to say, no, where are you? Because now you need to start off in week 1. Because you have been back, like, no, you're not like super over consuming sugar, but it's not 20% of the time. It is higher than 20% of the time. And so now you need to go back to week 1, because you're going to have to now start taming the beast, and you're going to go through those withdrawals, and you have to now follow the plan. I can tell myself, I know exactly what I need to do to lose 20 pounds by the end of this month. But that's now going into that fad diet culture. That's going into everything that I have taught myself to not, to have a mindset shift from. And so so don't revert back into those quick fixes. You really have to understand that just that 1% shift, if you do that every single week, so every single week you add another 1% shift. Another 1% shift. You keep doing that week after week. Eventually, you're going to be at a good place that is stable, that keeps your insulin level stable and doesn't feel like a huge leap. And so I know a lot of us hate, to just close this out, I know a lot of us hate starting over, because we hate that sense of what if it doesn't work, or that sense of failure. Like, it's hard to start something thinking that it won't last or that failure will come. So it starts to be like, why even try anyway? Like, I've already backslid. Here go another example that is not going to last, and all of this negative stuff we kind of tell ourselves. So it's really like, weight loss and a health journey, they always say is like 90% or 80% like mental. I'm gonna come up with 2 like circles, because the one circle is actually, it's 100% mental. Yeah, the other stuff is, I think it is in a whole category. I always say we have our mental, and then we have our physical. So the physical is your diet and all of that stuff, your exercise, what you do. Your mental is why you do it. And most of the journey is going to constantly keep coming back to why you are doing it. Why you are doing it. Why are you doing the discipline of doing the things that you don't want to do? Why are you making the yes list? Not the guest list. Why are you making the yes list? Why are you doing a 1% shift? So you won't revert back quickly, so your withdrawals won't be as bad, so it'll be easier, and it's progressive, and it's easier on the body. Like, all of these different reasons why. But why are you doing things, I feel like, is the main. And then you have a whole separate thing of what to do. But why you do it is going to keep you, it's going to help you feel confident with that restart. It's going to help you feel confident when keep going. So I hope that this helps you guys. For everybody who tuned in to my live on TikTok, thank you so much. For everybody who watched the replay on YouTube, thank you so much. We are growing on YouTube too. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. Like, I just started this page about maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. And so the fact that it's already almost at 3,000 subscribers, like, thank you guys so much. I hope that I'm constantly giving you something of value. I know I had a suggestion for a video request talking about cravings, and their cravings are just out of control, extreme, like, and so we're going to talk more about that, when it deals with the cravings. Like, I wish I could stay on something, but my cravings are just so bad. It's hard for me to do that. And so stay tuned. If you're on TikTok, like, when I go live, like, y'all make sure that y'all got your notifications on. And for YouTube, make sure y'all turn the notifications on as well, because we're digging deeper into that. It's this thing, me losing 45 pounds, I had to break a sugar addiction, a food addiction, and a binge eating addiction. And I had to manage emotional triggers. I had to do a lot of stuff. All of the why, everything that I just listed was mental. Nothing that I listed had to do with the physical thing. It all had to do with the mental. And so we're going to talk deeper on this, because that's going to help you be able to eat something and not feel like, oh my God, this is just horrible. Why can't I just have the spaghetti? It's going to help you make a plan for yourself and feel so confident in that plan. And that's what we're working for, the confidence of you are doing the right thing and you're on the right track. So I won't talk y'all head off for too much longer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.